Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Jessie, and today I want to talk to you about the 10 books that I plan to read this spring that I think are going to be 5-star books. So I have a lot of books I need to read, obviously. But there's a few that I really think are going to be 5-star books. These are the books that I just know in my soul I'm going to rate 5 stars, that I am going to love every minute of, and that I just have this feeling that I'm going to love them despite what anyone else might say about them, despite hype or no hype. I know because of my reading style, because of my likes and dislikes, because of the tropes I like, these I'm gonna love, and they are gonna be 5 stars. So, if you've read any of them, let me know if you thought they were 5-star reads, if they were just meh, if you didn't love them, if you did love them. Let me know what you think of my 5-star predictions. And then after I get them read, I will come back and update you with how I felt and if my predictions ring true. The first book I'm going to talk about is kind of a cheat because I'm actually halfway through it already. So I know, unless something weird goes wrong, I know this is going to be a 5-star book. And that is Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I am about almost 600 pages into it. It is a 1,000-page book. I love it. I am loving every minute of it. I love Kaladin. I love Dalinar. I love Shallan. I just love the characters. I love this world. It was a little slow to get into at first, but it is just epic fantasy done well. I'm a Sanderson stan. I love the man, and I have not yet read a book by him that I did not love. So, although I've read half of it, I'm predicting that this will be a 5-star read for me. The next book that I think is going to be a 5-star read is The Black Prism by Brant Weeks. I love high epic fantasy, so I really think that this is one that I am just going to love. So many people that I follow and whose recommendations that I trust have really loved this book, have loved the whole series. So I'm really, really excited to get into it, and I just know that I'm going to love it and devour it. The magic system just seems so fantastical, with it being the different colors, and based on that, yes, sign me up. Brant Weeks, don't disappoint me, because I think you're going to be a 5-star read for me. Next up, I have a newer purchase, and that is Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. Again, it's a Sanderson book, so I can pretty much say at this point that every Sanderson book I've read has been a 5-star read, so I'm not going to be surprised if this one is. I would be really shocked if I didn't love Starsight, because I loved Skyward. I did a whole book talk about it. You can check out. I loved it. I read it in 2 days, and it's like a 500-page book, but I really think I'm going to love Starsight. I'm excited to see where this world goes, what happens to our lovely, lovely characters that I've grown to love so much. So I really think Starsight's going to be a 5-star for me. Don't let me down, Sanderson, because I've heard some people say this isn't as good as Skyward, so don't let me down. The next 5-star prediction that I have might be a little controversial because I've heard so many mixed things about it. People either loved it or they hated it. Or I don't know. This book just has such mixed reviews, and that is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I'm so excited to read this. From everything that I have heard, it is dark, it is twisted, it is urban fantasy, which I do enjoy a lot, especially since this is adult urban fantasy. It has dark themes, it's heavy. I'm just so ready. Just everything I've heard said about it, even when people are giving their negative reviews, I'm like, ooh, that sounds like something I'd like. So I think that this is going to be a 5-star for me. Another one that I just know is going to be 5 stars for me is Poppy War. This is one that I know also deals with really dark, heavy subject matter, and I'm here for it. I want my books to mean something. I want them to have cost of war. I want to really feel emotions when I'm reading, and I think this is going to give that to me. It is war, it is dark, it is actually based on a true event, I believe, like that has been turned into this fantastical world, so I'm so here for it, and I'm excited to read this. Getting out of the darkness for a little bit, I'm excited to read A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This is one that I've been meaning to read for a while. I really think it's going to be a 5-star read for me because it just sounds so good. It sounds like something I love, with the different Londons and the portal aspects and being able to travel back and forth and the magic. It just sounds great, and I love it. And a lot of people that I watch and I trust their recommendations really, really love it, so I think that this one will be one for me as well. The next one that I think is going to be just a Jessie book is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. This one I actually just recently picked up from Book Outlet. It's the whole reason I did my Book Outlet haul, is because I saw this and I needed it, and then I needed more books for free shipping. So this just sounds so fantastic. Like, this girl from a poor family, she figures out how to pay off all her family's debts, and people start to believe that she can spin silver into gold, and that is the premise for the story. She gets taken, I believe, by these people and like meets up with this other group of girls that's there, and it just sounds fantastic. I'm here for it. I'm excited to finally get into this. Like I said, I don't know too much about this other than what I just said, but I know a lot of people love it. And the cover's really pretty. Like, that's such a pretty cover. The next book that I know I'm just going to love and enjoy and devour is The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. I read Eye of the World earlier this year, and I just can't wait to get back into this series. I absolutely loved The Wheel of Time from the first book that I've read. So I'm excited to learn more and get back into this world and see all my favorite characters and see how they develop. I mean, this is a long, long, long series, and I want to read as much of it as possible before the Amazon show comes out. The next book that I want to read, going back to being kind of grimdark, is The Blade itself. I have heard that Joe Abercrombie is just the master of grimdark fantasy, and I cannot wait to dive into this book and see for myself how much I'm going to love it, because I just have this feeling that I am going to devour this and love it just like everyone else, and I'm just super excited for this particular book. And the final book that I think is going to be a 5-star read for me this spring is Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Y'all, I have heard so many amazing things about this book. So many people love it. I know there's a second one out. We're still waiting on the third book. So like, I'm not in a huge rush to read this, but I really want to read it at the same time, because we don't know when the third book will come out. And I like at least knowing when my series are going to end before I read more of them. But I've heard so many good things about this that I just want to be in this world, and I think it's going to be 5 stars. I just think it sounds amazing, and everyone loves it, and people that I follow their recommendations, and people whose reading tastes are similar to mine really, really love this. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a 5-star read. All right, so there you have it. Those are my 5-star predictions for spring. After I read them, I will come back and let you guys know what I thought about them, if they lived up to my expectations or if they didn't. But if you've read any of them, let me know what you think. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Are you just like meh about them? Let me know, and we'll have a conversation down in the comments. All right, well, I'm Jessie. Thank you for hanging out with me. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bye.